Hello, hello. Good evening, or good morning if you're in some weird place. Is it just me and Dan here? Hi, Dan. Yeah, all good. So since last Monday, I've been trying to do, or we've been trying to do, between me and Matt, we've been trying to do live streams at midday UK time every day. It didn't seem to make much sense today on Sunday lunchtime, but to be honest, the market actually became reasonably frothy, I suppose. So maybe it did. Now, I thought I'd probably just quickly start off by showing you what I'm looking for here, because I want to get into a Solana trade. I was in one earlier. I did close it because I didn't want to be thinking about too much while I was doing this stream. But now what I'm seeing on the 1 minute time frame is the price of it coming back to this retracement level here at like 188.9 kind of thing. So I want to see if it comes back down there again. Now I did notice that on the 30-minute time frame, all right, we've already got that looking quite bullish with the yellow 21 above the green 55 EMA. That's all looking pretty good there. And on the 1 hour, I think it is as well. Yeah, so the 1 hour's cross bullish. So what I was doing now, I always like to look at a little bit higher and see whereabouts is it crossing. And it seems to be trying to cross here on the 90-minute time frame. Although I'm wondering now if that's going to struggle a little bit. And what you might have noticed is sometimes when this 21 and 55 are trying to cross, if they don't actually do it, it pulls back quite a bit. Now I'm wondering if that's going to be enough to pull it back down to this level here, possibly even that one there, although that's quite a long way away, 185. I don't know, it's possible, I suppose, isn't it? So anyway, that's what I'm looking at there. I know in the live stream, I know we need to look at that. Is it light? Is it called? So we'll look at that as well. But what I thought I'd do first, assuming we have no questions, which I don't at the moment, is I'm going to play Math's video from earlier on that he posted in the Discord, if I can remember how to do that. Let me just try and find it. Okay, so that is here. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so let's have a watch of this first and see, see what we can make of this and how that is relevant to the price right now. This is from the Discord that Math made this morning. Okay, so well, thank you, Math.
This for the second time now, because the first time didn't have sound, the audio input switched on, which is brilliant. So try again. This is just a quick recording before I head out for the day, and so this was the sort of hold the line chart that I posted on Friday, and that we then discussed in the live stream. So the crux here was that Bitcoin was kind of within these three key levels, and of course the long-term trend line coming up. So, and it was kind of crucial for Bitcoin to either kind of hold above this level at 105-ish, and maybe kind of range a bit there and then gather some strength and head up, or to, if it's going to drop down to this level at 101 and maybe range there. If it drops below there, then it's trouble times ahead, I'd say. So Bitcoin, if we first just pop it up to the 4 hour, and on here, so these are the same three levels, and that's actually that's sort of key trend line, long-term trend line, just trundling along there. So looking at this, there's obviously just been a lot of this ranging here. The actually let's go to the daily. I think that's probably going to be a bit more meaningful for this. Yeah, so on here, so you can see here that the order volume for the weekend has been very, very low. In fact, the overall order volume for this second half of the year has been kind of worryingly low, considering this is meant to be the sort of apex of the 3-year bull cycle, and blow off top, etc. So hopefully we'll still see that, but it's kind of looking increasingly like we just might see an extended bull run into next year, which would also be nice, just number go up for a while longer. So yeah, this is, although it's seeming very sort of negative, very bearish at the moment, we're actually holding quite nicely within this range. I think as long as we continue to do that, we might even see some kind of rebound off this line, if we can hold that. But that, kind of treat that as a long-term support line and bounce up from there. The EMAs, they're obviously just like rushing down quite quickly. We very much want to get back above those though. So particularly the 9 EMA, if we can do that, because as long as they're below that, it's not really looking particularly strong for a long position. Remember, it's still on the daily, so it'd be fairly long term. If we kind of bounce off the 9 EMA, then we might well look at just further downwards trend for a while. So that's going to be key as well. And just very quickly on the 1 hour, I won't be able to edit this video and make it professional and slick, and so on, get rid of all the ums. But so apologies for that. You probably have to put up with them a bit. On this one, there's had all this kind of just sideways ranging for quite a while on the 1 hour. So it's just like it's not so much indecisive. It feels like it's just kind of gathering fuel for some kind of strong move, which we obviously hope is going to be to the upside. This is coming up quite strongly at the moment. If we can just kind of get above that level, maybe. So it's kind of touching there and along here. That says kind of 107.3. Below it, it's teetering dangerously on the lower side of that range at the moment. So we'll see with that. So yeah, this could well have been just a sort of move up, gather strength, and up again, maybe, and then maybe go up in tiers or in just like very, very long steps, like so. And then just, actually, sorry, yeah, one thing as well, just looking at the momentum oscillator, this is looking okay as well. If we can get if that turns into a mid-range cross of the red momentum oscillator crossing above the average, which is the white one, then that'd be pretty strong, because that tends to be a confirmation of strong upwards momentum. So we'll see with that. And yeah, on here as well, this is just on the weekly. Obviously we're not going to head down to that level, 85-ish. Well, I hope not. I mean, not till later. But I think when we get to the bear market territory of that, there's definitely going to be some money to be made with the trading there. That's actually going to be pretty great. But also we just want things to head on up in the meantime, and alts to go stratospheric and so on. So yeah, this obviously needs to bounce back up, because there's this, what's that? Yeah, actually, but run about 100k. It feels like there's maybe a market structure to be filled there. It could maybe just do that there, that if it bounces off 104-ish perhaps, which is pretty much where it is now, and you could say that it's already bounced from there. That would be pretty good if that actually marked the low. Keep in mind this liquidity level just there. Maybe something like that. That could well have been it, and then but again, we'll see. Depends. Keep in mind if we look at that CME futures exchange closed at 106.6, and that tends to trade at levels slightly above Bitcoin on these markets. Like this is the index, and Blofin there, of course. So yeah, so we might expect some level of the price to drop down below 106 for a little bit when this reopens, just for that to sort of for these to find their usual positions and get back in line. So a bit of a drop maybe either later on this evening or sometime tomorrow when the US market opens, and then hopefully back up. But we'll see. Next week will be pretty interesting. It honestly could go in pretty much any direction. Looking at these levels again, the key levels, we could see continued ranging within here, continued ranging within here. If it does that, if it breaks down, that's very worrying. If it breaks up, if it stays within there, or even kind of bounces off there and goes up, then that'll be very positive. So key levels to watch for the time being. And I think that's about it. If I can find the stop button. Cheers.
Okay. So that was Maff from earlier on. I see he's actually here, actually. So that's really cool. That must have been quite freaky. Coding Crypto Fitness. Yeah, it's showing 106 because that was a recording that Maff did this morning. To be quite frank, I played that so I could finish my dinner, which I've now just finished. So yeah, I also didn't realize the mic was on at first as well. So if you've heard any sort of like munching sounds, that was a bit unfortunate. But yeah, so that's what happened there. Just a quick look here. So yeah, if you want to join in, Maff, you're more than welcome. But let's just pop my chart back on. There you go. The CD Cherry Tree. Hello there. We've only just started, really. I'm not going to do very long. I just thought I'd just do a little bit to keep everyone happy. Coding Crypto Fitness. Ooh, it's pre-recorded. yeah. It was just a video from this morning. That was something that Maff published in the Discord this morning, and which I'm very grateful for. It's quite cool. Anyway, it does seem that we are above a lot of the levels that he mentioned this morning. So that's really cool. Let me just go back here. Now, at the start of the stream, about 5 minutes ago, I was talking about coming back to this level here on Solana. Yeah, coming back to this level here on Solana, which indeed we did do. So what I was saying there was, okay, I'm looking for that level there. If it comes down here, that's going to be a bit of a surprise, but I think that's probably for later. The only thing is what I was looking at just before was the 90-minute chart, because I was looking for this crossover here. Excuse me, I'm a bit burpy, just eating too quickly. I was looking for this crossover here of the 21 and 55. Now that doesn't quite seem to be doing what you might expect. So, we've got this red background here, so that might pull back a bit. If they don't cross, it's probably not going to go up for a little while. So I'm actually in a very small long Solana from this morning, but my bigger one, I did close it, and I'm looking at re-entering probably whereabouts we are now. Is that the right phrase? Where we are about now? I'll say there you go. So that is here. Just looking at it in the 1 minute. So I know there's probably other stuff to look at, which I will look at in a moment. Maff, not sure. That's all right. No problem. Dinner's nearly ready. Oh, nice. Late meal. Just been out for the day. House hunting. Okay, that's quite exciting. I think now, the moving house and all that is always a very exciting and extremely exhausting part of anyone's life, but quite exciting at the same time. John Bott saying awesome. Anyway, look, that looks like we've come back to that level there pretty nicely, and we're going back up. Okay, will confess I did actually open a long, which is why I'm slightly distracted at the moment. Let me just see what my entry was. Not as good as I thought it would be. Entry was at 189, which is pretty much where we are now. Okay, so not as good as it could be. What did it go down to? 188. And really, that's when probably it's worth, I don't know, just popping on the VRVP. I don't know. That's about the level I went for, wasn't it? Yeah, that's all right. Anyway, let's have a look at Bitcoin, see what that's doing. I am also in a Bitcoin long, but it's not a big position, unfortunately. Okay, that came down a little bit as well. So Bitcoin's got this 1 minute level down here, a bit like that lower Solana one, but it hasn't really got one up here, has it? This white line here, that's one of those weekly pivot points that I put in a while ago. So that's what that's all about. I mean, maybe that has, you know, has worked as a bit of support there. Right, I'm all over the place at the moment. Hang on. Right, Maff says, just realised how domestic that sounded. Should have said I'm on a party boat with Coke and hookers. Yeah, well, I wouldn't have believed you, to be honest. Actually, you don't seem that sort of chap, actually. And you know, I don't know. I like that house hunting type thing. It's a very nice thing to do, you know. And yeah. Anyway, get out of that flight path. That's probably a good thing to do. Anyway, so yeah, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is like that, and I know some guys in the Discord were looking at this thing called Light. Is that it? And I think they were saying, should they short it? If you look at it in the 1 hour time frame, it looks ridiculous. When was that? That was Wednesday, wasn't it? Yeah, this Wednesday. So since Wednesday, that's gone up. Oh, 80%. I thought it was going to be in the thousands, but yeah, that's. I believe this is like a, you know, a real project. It's not like a meme coin or anything. So, so what will that do next? Well, if it's not a meme coin, it probably won't go to zero, but it might actually start trading with a bit of a pattern to it. So what can we see? Well, on the 1 hour time frame, we've got these red backgrounds that appeared here and there. Let's go even higher. Let's go to the 4 hour. See, that was a good one there, wasn't it? But you can see it hasn't got a lot of history because this is the ByBit chart. That's been on ByBit for a month. Not even a month. No, hang on. That's 27th of September. Oh, that's a couple of weeks, isn't it? How far was that? That's, 22 days. All right, 3 weeks. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, don't know. I mean, it's up there in the oversold kind of thing, but at the same time, it's, you know, it's looking very, very bullish, I would say. It's got to come down at some point. I don't know. I just haven't got the balls to trade things like this, and unless, you know, I get in early, and you know, if I was long from down here, I'd just be well happy, and I'd just be riding it all the way up, probably with a trading stop loss or something. But yeah, I would look out for another red background like that. But I'd say for the moment, there's probably a little bit more upside, I reckon. Yeah, looks like an interesting thing. Interested to know exactly what it does. I think it's something to do with the Lightning Network and something, isn't it? Some sort of payment type thing. Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't really want to go looking at the moment, but yeah. All right. So Dan's saying another one that have alerted me today is Apex USD on that big 100 Blofin list. Oh, okay. Apex, I'll have a look at the moment. Coding saying that daily scared me off shorting that. Yeah, I mean, what would your reason be for shorting it? Would it be just the fact that it's gone up a lot, which isn't always the thing to do, is it? You know, it's like, I don't know, you kind of need to see that weakness, and at the moment that doesn't look weak at all. Apex. Let's have a look at Apex. Let's look at the spot. Okay, yeah, that's I don't know. So maybe Apex is like an old one, isn't it? It's like something that's been around for a while. How far does this chart go back? Goes back forever, yeah. Let's have a look. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yeah. Goes back like 3 years. Oh, okay, so So look, some interesting levels there are going to be, I'll just turn it off, that there, isn't it? That's going to be some sort of level it's going to react at, and probably also that one there. That's about it for the monthly, isn't it? Weekly. Yeah, on the weekly, it needs to get above that. And that's also an important level there, as is maybe that one there. Okay. So let me save this. Let me rename that, because that looks quite interesting actually. That's not renaming, is it? That is. Apex. Right. Okay, so bearing in mind those levels are put there, I would expect to see some sort of resistance maybe at this level here and that level there. Let's pop on Quadzilla on the 1 hour, say. That retracement there looks a bit scary. Okay, let's imagine that won't happen for a while. But that is looking oversold now, so maybe it will pull back to there. If it does get back to there, that might be a good position to get into if you've missed that pump there. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. I'm not going to do anything that myself. I kind of feel I've missed that. So did you get that? So what were you looking for? Were you looking for like a we're looking for like a 4 hour green background or something like that? That would have been good, wouldn't it? I mean, I guess like almost everything had one on the 10th of October. But yeah, that was a good one. And this is nice, isn't it? Because like you get the green background there, right? Okay, if you'd have missed that one, the convergence band came down here, it went green, so it was going to go up, and then we had these trend shields appearing. And what that means, for anyone who's not familiar, that means that the it looks like the price is going to go up, but just hang on a minute, because it's it's still going down. And when they stop appearing and they get lighter, you can see the last one there is very, very pale. That one there, actually, they went sort of intense, very, very pale, and then just a faint one, and then that was it. And that is the kind of like the catapult type thing. And when they stop appearing, boom, up you go. So if you got your eye on it, with Quadzilla, you can really use these trend shields and the convergence band just to get an idea of where the bottom is and when it might shoot up, and that would have been brilliant. I mean, if you look back in the past, that happened here. Where were we then? When was that? That was September. Okay. September, it did the same kind of thing here, getting the green backgrounds. And these trend shields were going like mad, loads and loads of them. And then got the last one there. And then boom, up it went. It's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, lovely. Cool. Right, let's have a look what's going on. So that was Apex. Right, Savvy Dan saying, I'm getting alerts on the 30-minute super up, super down. Oh, okay. Super up and super down. Not sure if the 30-minute is a good interval at all. I would generally just look back in the past at, what that particular asset has done. And then obviously if something that's giving a super up or a super down indication every day, then that's probably not so meaningful. But if you're getting one every sort of like month or so and it actually turns into like a really good move, then that's the kind of like interval you should be looking at. I know we do this thing where we've got the watch list alert and we're looking at a massive list. I've actually found with that, I basically look at something and I think, am I interested in trading it? And if I'm not, I take it out of the watch list and actually think I'm never going to trade that because I don't know what it is. I don't know anything about it and I don't like the way it moves. So I've actually kind of reduced my kind of bunch of stuff that I look at. That said, to be honest, I do most of my trading with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. I've given up on CRO for the moment. Okay, so yeah, so whatever works for you, really. Cyprian, hello there. Cool, excellent. Well, there we all are. Let's just go back to. I just want to go back to. I want to go back to Solana again for a moment because I've obviously got that trade on. So what was I? Oh, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to leave that layout like that, and then I'm trying to have like a different layout for the assets that I'm interested in. So this is interesting now. So this Solana thing here, that came down, as I say, to this retracement level here. Okay, it's wiggled around a bit. It seems to be going up now, which does mean my trade is almost in profit, almost at break even actually. And over here, this is the 90-minute chart. It looks like they might indeed cross bullish, which is great. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. So cool, that's Solana. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Let's just make that slightly less chaotic. What's the 1-minute chart? Let's have a look at the 1 hour chart for the moment. I mean, Bitcoin's done brilliant, isn't it? It is indeed on its way back up. So in theory, we should be all right until about here, about 112, and then we might see a bit of a rejection there. That's another level I put in one of my monthly levels, 115.6. So that might be worth bearing in mind as well. But that is indeed looking good. We've got this 1 hour bullish cross now on this yellow and 55 on the 21 and 55 EMAs. That happened at 5 p.m. UK today, which was about 3 hours ago. So that was a good sign. So that looks like it's going to go up for a bit. And yeah, again, what I'd do then, I'd look at a bigger time frame and think, what's it going to do on like the 90-minute, and that's in a similar situation to the Solana one. So I think it's going to depend on what happens when the market's open tonight. It is worth bearing in mind, if I can find it. Where's it gone? Yeah, it is worth bearing in mind the CME closed on Friday at 107.220. Okay, which is obviously below where we are now. So yeah, 107,220. In fact, it's quite a bit. Well, that's the CME, and the CME is normally a little bit higher than the real price. So probably, I don't know. It's probably more realistically, you probably need to come down to about 107 to close that gap from last week. There is that one from, I think it's the week before or whatever, that everyone said, oh, it's closed now. It actually isn't. There's a little bit that didn't close actually. So I don't know if it's one of these things where, like, you know, they might just get left behind, or, you know, it won't happen. But I don't know. It just seems to, I don't know, does seem to happen, doesn't it? They do get closed. So yeah. CD cherry tree syrup. What? What is that? Is that a coin? Or did I say something to do with syrup? No. Syrup. I'm not sure why you said syrup there. CD cherry tree. I have no idea. It's not a coin, is it? Oh, right. Okay, that was right. That was an alert on Bitcoin. I'll just show you that in a moment. Oh, syrup. There is a thing called syrup. What on earth is this? Syrup USDT. Is that what you mean? Yes, a coin. Heard it was one to watch. Oh, okay. What, as in one to watch, as in as in it might do something good, or because quite often people say, have a look at this and it's already done something. Oh, okay. So is this a new one? Looks new. Was that new? I know, May. It's fairly new, isn't it? Right. These retracements are great, aren't they? Look at this, you know, boom. Just looking at the green ones, boom. This one here, that one there. So bearing that in mind, you know, 0.34444. That'd be interesting if it comes down there, wouldn't it? Cool. Excellent. Right. Oh God. Keep doing that. Right. Sorry, Dan. Yeah. So I'm just looking at this syrup thing. Sorry again. I keep doing that when I flick between tabs. I always forget to show the right one. Yeah, I was just looking at this syrup thing and just thinking how good these bullish retracement levels worked out. Like boom, and then sort of boom back to there. This one here, that one there. So if you wanted to trade this, you could possibly be looking, you know, for a return to that level there. Overall, that's in a kind of falling something, isn't it? I've been playing with this all chart patterns on TradingView. Not sure what that's showing me there. A rectangle. What does that mean? Is rectangle is that a pattern? Can't be, can it? Let's have a look. Rectangle. Okay. I don't really know what a rectangle pattern is. Okay. It seems to have a target of that. Does that mean when it's stuck like that, falls out of the rectangle, Now it looks like the target is something like the height of the rectangle. I've never heard of that. Anyway, that's showing a level down there. Anyway. Yeah. Looks quite tradable though, you know what I mean? Because it's like it's got that kind of range to it. I'd see that more. You know, if you wanted to do the trend line sort of thing, that's not quite right, but maybe something like that. There you go. Some sort of thing. Is that a triangle? Don't know, something like that. You know, if you're into that sort of thing, then that feasibly would, you know, break out more likely bullish than bearish. So yeah, it might be interesting. I haven't a clue what it does, but yeah, cool. What we got here? So let's have a look at the comments again. Oh, by the way, can you give the live stream a like, please? That'd be really good. No worries, mate. Yeah, no, do let me know about that sort of thing because I am a bit useless like that. I just haven't got into the habit. And when I've got maff on the show, I just kind of like let him talk, and then I'll sort of you know just relax and sort of don't have to do much really. But on my own, I keep doing that. Put some profits into getting the second monitor. Can glance over at your stream on the other monitor then to see if you have the right tab on. I actually do. What I actually do. What I do. Right. So this is what I do. So I've got two MacBooks, right? So this was one that you're seeing now with the screen. This one's got the StreamYard software and the tabs that I'm looking at on this one. Then the other MacBook has actually got the stream on with the volume turned down. And then I've actually got a second monitor plugged into that, where I've got some other charts up that I'm just looking if there's anything of interest up there, sort of thing. So I'm kind of looking in three places at once, really. So yeah, yeah. So that's what I do. I'm going to get a bigger monitor though, because my second monitor that's plugged into the other MacBook is I don't know what it is, 21 inch something, maybe 24. I don't know. It's not huge though, but I want to get a really big one, like a big 4K one or something like that, so I can have like like 4 browsers open at once and a chart in each, then I can stare at charts all day long. Not that I don't already, but there you go. Anyway, yeah, but yeah, that's so I do have a second monitor, but yeah, I might get a better one. CD saying thanks, that's all right, mate. No problem. Anyway, yeah, that looks, as I say, that looks tradable. That does, and yeah. I suppose. I mean, I always think patterns are a bit funny because you can draw them out however you like, really, and adjust them when they don't work out, and just say, oh no, it's one of those, But using that kind of thing, you can see that, if you were trading these retracement lines, that one there, that would have been really good because you think, okay, well, going up to that sort of line of resistance up there, and we're getting a bearish retracement, and then sure enough, it came back, so that's pretty cool. And then let's find another example. That's the best one, really, isn't it? What was that? That was the 10th, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, Friday the 10th was obviously just a weird. I suppose it was a black swan type event, wasn't it? In the way that it broke exchanges. So that wick there probably was well, devastating, but at the same time slightly irrelevant, because that was kind of a bit artificial, really, because it was to do with exchanges going wrong. Anyway, so that's syrup. Coding crypto fit. If you put it in AI, I wonder what it would say the pattern is. What for this sort of thing? I could do that. I could use Perplexity because I've got Perplexity Comet. Although I don't know if. So let me open Comet. You won't be able to see it just yet. Right, definitely don't want to show that. I just want to see if I could actually show that on the stream. So if I went to StreamYard, yeah, I think what I'd have to do, I'd have to share the entire screen of the computer. So yeah, I might try that with a video maybe, but yeah, I won't do that live. Oh, Mr. Delta's here. Hello, mate. How was your gig last night? I was almost tempted to pop up and see you actually, but don't know. I was a bit of a loose end. And yeah, that's Mr. Delta, my mate. Trouty666 BNB attestation service IO AT graph. BNB attestation service. Not quite sure what you're saying there, Trouty. BNB, I don't know. Don't know. Oh, it's fun. Okay, that's good. Right, I'm glad you had a good time. Yeah, I quite like that town you were in last night. So nice up there. Brilliant. I'm probably going to call it a night actually because I only wanted to have quite a quick look at what was happening. Let's have a quick look at Bitcoin before I go there, and I will look at my. Oh, you see what I've done now. If I reload that, will it reload? Oh, damn. So I'm trying to keep all my tabs and layouts all nice, but I've messed it up already. Right, so Bitcoin is having a little bit of a up movement. That's great. 108.870. That's brilliant. I just wish that longer min was bigger. Unfortunately, it's not. But let's have a look at the Solana one because that's that is potentially a bigger one. Solana. What did I say else? Okay, right. I'm slightly underwater with my Solana one. Okay, right. I might pop off and have a look at that and maybe see if I want to average in slightly lower. I think with Solana, right. So yeah. So the problem was we were at the top of that thing there, coming back down. So we came back to there, but I was looking on the 1 minute time frame. So we have come down below that one. I don't know though, because the convergence band is super low now. I think that will either bounce fairly soon or it will come down to this one here. If it comes down to that one there, what I'll probably do is close my position and then try and enter there rather than ride it down in a loss. I think that's what I might do. But yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Okay. Oh, okay. Is that BNB? I'll have a quick look before we go. Just have a look at the comments. John Bot, have a good evening. Thank you. Okay. Have a nice evening. I think everyone's going. So, yeah, it says Bitcoin 1 hour is currently in a descending channel, bear flag. Yeah. Okay, cool. Right, I'm going to leave it there. I'll be back hopefully with math tomorrow at lunchtime. That will be midday UK time or 11 a.m. UTC. And we can discuss what's happening. And yeah, should be fun and games. Okay. So yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. Please do make sure you click like on the live stream. It's really important because I do want to try and get this stream going a bit better and you know, get a few more subscribers. It's been quite pitiful the amount of new subscribers I've got over the last year, actually. But so I don't know. Maybe now I've got a math on board, and you know, some good things happening with like Quadzilla and stuff. It might be enough to try and get the stream to like a lot better. Anyway, I'm just waffling now, so I'll just go. All right, thanks everyone, thanks for coming, and yeah, see you tomorrow. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.